why I've been so into raisins lately. They're just, God, they're so good. It's like little sugary lumps.
I've been eating a lot of bananas and plantains.
That's great. Those are just big sugary lumps.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, if you can have a sugary lump, you should have a sugary lump. Like, you should just do it.
Press A to eat sugar.
Also watch out for, detrimental health, whatever. So, wow. Hey, everybody, we're back.
Yeah, we're playing Chess Blades.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. This is the same recording session.
I've eaten and slept since then.
Really?
I think I broke Tony.
Oh, that's fine. All right.
We ran back to our room, and despite how tired I am from all that walking around, a strange tension won't leave my body.
Like, are we gonna go, masturbate or something? That's weird.
I won't go as far as to say it's a feeling of foreboding, but it's as some sixth sense I have is tingling, rather ominously.
It's all that bastard France's fault. Making me all paranoid.
This is a weird thing to do in a visual novel. I can't believe this is about to happen.
Wallowing languidly in my self-pity, I sprawl out over the covers, nestling against my pillow, and letting out a deep sigh.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure it doesn't matter if I fall asleep, since Silas will probably come wake me up again.
We think about Silas a lot.
It's pretty impressive that he manages to remember a single guest among the hundreds who must be here. The skill of a royal butler, I suppose. Why are we thinking about him so much? He is a servant.
He's not even a love interest.
I close my eyes and try to catch a little rest.
I hope he's a love interest. I'll take Silas for sure if he's a love interest.
However, I can't manage to slip into more than a light doze, tossing and turning from side to side. Either from lingering excitement or apprehension, I'm too restless to fall into a deep sleep.
I mean, yeah, it's like the middle of the day.
Right? There's been too much stimulation today for an introvert like me. Damn it. I probably haven't talked to so many different people in years.
Wait, really?
It's like 4 people we've talked to.
I mean, to be fair, 4 side characters, right? Most people who you talk to are probably not even side characters. They're Z-listers.
Opening my eyes, I grudgingly pull myself into a sitting position, staring through the balcony doors into the evening sky. A part of me wants to go out and lean on the balustrade, but I'd rather avoid a repeat of last night.
Smart choice. Oh.
As I sit on my bed contemplating what to do, a knock suddenly comes at my door.
It's gonna be Linnaeus for some reason.
I slide off onto the floor and stride over to open it, but hesitate.
Why is it gonna be Linnaeus?
It's probably just Silas, but what if it's someone who...
Have some balls, man. God's sake.
Oh. I guess we just stroll into the fucking hallway.
Yeah, just throw open the door, walk out there.
Yeah.
Scolding myself quietly, I pulled the door open, although I take a little step back just to be safe.
Someone could just stab you with a sword, dude.
Right?
Oh. Huh?
Before me stands a young man, probably a couple of years my junior.
Oh.
I definitely don't recognize him. Why is he staring at me like I just morphed into a monster?
Wait, he must also be a servant based on the hair.
Well, and they only have one kind of cravat?
Yeah, well, but there's like a turtleneck style collar underneath it.
I guess there's 2 collars and then shawl?
This could be a nobleman.
Fingerless gloves, though.
Oh, yeah, that's the peasantry right there.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, he's crying.
I got the wrong room.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. Looking for someone in particular?
Or something?
Just Miss Celeste.
Oh.
His stuttering, while perhaps cute at first, is quickly getting on my nerves.
We've talked to him for 2 seconds.
I know, right? He's already on my nerves.
Celeste, you say? I think I may have met her earlier. I didn't know she was in the same hall as me.
I thought she was, but maybe not.
Oh, okay.
I'll go find her. Sorry again.
This encounter will...
Don't let it happen again.
This will imply things later.
I watch as he scampers off down the corridor, hastily examining all the room numbers. What an odd boy. He's either very shy or completely out of sorts for some reason. I wonder how he knows Celeste. I'll have to ask her the next time I run into her. Like, for someone who's an introvert and doesn't understand why someone would be really embarrassed knocking on the wrong door, like, I feel like...
Oh, absolutely. There's no empathy going on there. It's ridiculous.
Well, seeing as there's not much else for me to do, I might as well take a little stroll around the castle before I head downstairs.
Okay.
I stuff my hands in my pockets and nosy around the hallway corner, making sure there's not an Arden lurking in wait.
Buddy, Arden is so nice.
Right?
Arden is too nice for
Arden
your
grew on me
ass.
pretty fast.
Like, seriously, Rivian, what the fuck?
I make my way toward the general direction of the main hall, but with the occasional detour to admire tapestries and small alcoves decorated with paintings and plush chairs. There are probably a lot of interesting nooks and crannies in this place,
And maybe-
where assassins can lurk.
Yes! Right?
After all, the king is known for his love of collecting things, including, apparently, collecting a bunch of foreigners who hate the Varisian bloodline.
Well, despite keeping that in mind, we don't act like we're going to be assassinated.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Hmm? Is that a person over there or a statue? Either way, they look very intent in whatever they're reading.
Oh, Linnaeus!
Oh, no.
Oh,
As quietly as possible, I start to back away, praying not to be noticed.
but no one can escape the Grand Inquisitor!
Shit. Damn these squeaky floorboards. I freeze in place as the tall figure turns toward me, glasses flashing in the light. You're right.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
that the little lint picker looking to creep up on me again?
Do I have a little bit more lint on my shoulder? Come on over. Pick it. I dare you.
Talk about holding a grudge.
I mean, we did say that he had to stick up his ass. That was
That's kind of, yeah.
that was our previous encounter with Linnaeus. That's our thing now. That's our relationship to Linnaeus.
Deciding it's probably best to be polite rather than doing too much to get on his bad side, I clear my throat.
Inquisitor, I was just heading down to the main hall.
Oh my god.
Linnaeus's eyes glint behind his glasses as he closes the book in his hand and saunters toward me.
Wow. Oh wow, he's big.
I could have sworn there's a much simpler way to get to the main hall than through
What are you
this
doing
back
lurking in
passage.
this corner of
Well,
the
I was
castle?
exploring a little, you know. It's a shame to have all this fine art and no one to view it.
The wallpaper is very nice. I guess it's not even wallpaper. Shit. God.
Yeah, wallpaper wasn't invented until pretty late.
Yeah.
After his scornful laugh, he taps a finger on the unmarked cover of his book, watching me suspiciously. I brace myself for what's undoubtedly an accusation, tensing slightly.
Oh.
I suppose I owe you an apology.
I did not expect this even a little bit.
What?
I tap the side of my head, wondering if my hearing's gone bad.
In my fit of nervousness, I start picking lint off his shoulder feverishly.
Linnaeus lets out a humph in response, his eyes narrowing.
I was, perhaps, excessively rude earlier.
It's very passive.
There was an unexpected occurrence this morning that had put me in.
It's not an apology. I mean, maybe that's an
It's-
apology for a noble, but that was not an acceptable apology.
Well, see, the thing with Linnaeus is that is a great apology, specifically because that's a good apology for a Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah. It seems bizarre for him to be actually remorseful. Is he trying to make fun of me?
Oh,
I narrow my eyes at him slightly, trying to judge his intentions.
he's actually apologizing. Yes, we'll accept the apology.
Oh, really?
Why not?
I don't know. He's already a jerk. Why don't we just keep being a jerk?
Fiona, that's not how the world gets better. Christ. Oh my god.
It's a novel. Unexpected or not, I doubt whether that really justifies his behavior. But he does appear to be earnest about his apology, even if reluctantly so.
Well, let it not be said, I am an ungracious man. I was probably a little rude back then, too. Though not as rude as you were.
Rivian.
Oh, Rivian, you little prick.
Do not push your luck, Vanison. Let us put the matter to rest and move on.
What? Rivian, calm the
His
fuck on.
fingers twitch against his book.
Matt,
This
who-
guy could put the screws to you, dude, like literally.
Like, actually, also, who notices people's fingers twitching against books? God, Rivian is the most observant person I've ever met in my life. I haven't met Rivian.
Not wanting to be hit or otherwise assaulted with the heavy-looking tome, I concede with a nod of my head.
Are you heading down as well? Are Grand Inquisitors free to mingle and dance with us common folk?
While my presence here is as a guest of His Majesty, I do not consider myself to ever be off duty.
Welcome, let's
After all,
dance.
It is not as if treasonous men stop being treasonous during pleasant gatherings.
Treason!
Anything,
It's like a game
the
of paranoia.
risk is higher.
Oh, yeah.
Traitor!
Oh, yeah. So, question. Why have we not yet told the Grand Inquisitor? The Grand Inquisitor!
That we're being threatened?
Yes.
Yeah.
About the guy who was put next door to us. Why was he seated next, or roomed next door to us?
Yeah. And then, like, comes up behind us and grabs us, and yeah.
I don't know.
Despite his haughty tone, pot calling the kettle black, dude,
Yeah.
it's hard to deny that he really does take his job seriously. I suppose it's one of those positions that doesn't allow much time for rest.
Oh.
He still has time to put a ribbon in his hair. Linnaeus turns and motions for me to follow him down the corridor, setting off at a brisk pace in the direction of the main hall.
All right, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Linnaeus, I actually like him just because he's not Rivian.
I catch up to his side and glance at his severe-looking profile, his eyes constantly scrutinizing the world around him from behind those glasses.
Every candelabra a threat. Every smidge on the paper, on the wall, like another
If you
errant
follow
servant
your
gone
father's
wrong.
Footsteps and wind up in His Highness's ring of advisors, it is best we learn to tolerate each other.
I don't think we're gonna get that high, my dude.
He pauses for a moment, then his voice suddenly growing a little more hesitant.
There are many in his circle who I find to be of questionable nature. But
I
nonetheless,
think Rivian's
it
sense
is
of,
not my
like,
duty to
self-preservation
speak
is
against his
really
decisions.
low.
You're right.
I
You're
hoped you
super
would
right.
Consider father to be of questionable nature.
Father. His eyes flick down towards me sharply.
Is everyone taller than us?
I meet his gaze as best I can, even though that hawkish stare is quite difficult to be the subject of.
He is a man possessed of exceptional perceptiveness. Enough so to...
I mean,
follow
Rivian's
my
got
own.
that since he's always noticing how,
That
like, rough
is
people's
all I
hands
shall
are.
say.
That's true. That's the family
And the lip.
bloodline technique of the Barrisons.
I'll make sure to tell him. I'm sure he'd appreciate a compliment from a man like you.
Do I sense sarcasm in your voice? Need I remind you of our truce?
Wow, listen to the voice.
I purse my lips doubtfully. Truce or not, I doubt he'd be inclined to hold back from insulting me if I slip up somewhere. This man is vicious. Yeah, I don't know.
Rivian, you need to chill, my dude.
We emerge at the balcony of the main hall, where it seems guests are starting to gather in their formal attire. I noticed the girl from earlier, Celeste, was it? Standing next to an older, slightly rotund man, chatting happily. Are we wearing what we went to sleep in? Her father, I wonder.
Is everyone wearing what we slept in?
I don't know. The doors to the dining hall are soon opened by well-dressed attendants, and I walk with Linnaeus into the rather magnificent room.
Oh, is that the Grand Inquisitor? Who's that he's with? Are they brothers?
Do we look like brothers?
I want to marry a man like that, Regal.
That's the highest voice I've ever heard in my life.
Sounds like the Inquisitor is rather popular.
I cannot imagine how he's popular at all.
I guess it makes sense. He's quite young, but he already holds one of the most important positions in court.
He's also quite eligible.
After destroying potential rivals' will to live and crushing the opposition, no doubt. Does he make people
The
available? or not?
superficiality of court never fails to disgust me. I long for the day when a man is judged by his actions rather than his outward appearance.
I hate to tell you this, but you'll be longing for that day until you die.
God.
If appearances didn't matter here, we'd all be wearing burlap.
No, those things are really itchy.
Yeah, they're just uncomfortable.
Perhaps you should be the trendsetter, A burlap bag on your head would undoubtedly be an improvement.
Remember our truce, Linnaeus.
I wish that was the option. Well, I set myself up for that one.
Did you?
That's their finest. That's fine.
It could be finer.
We
That's the same asshole from earlier in the market. You brought your market clothes to the ball?
right? There's like dust on them. Ugh.
How embarrassing.
We get closer to the massive table, and it seems like there's no predetermined seating. Something unusual for an event of this caliber. Guests seem to be sitting down with their friends and relatives, and there seem to be a few blushing courtships in progress before even the soup is served.
Ooh.
Those people only have one cravat. That's how you know they're like
Oh, yeah.
not love interests
God.
or eligible for that matter.
She doesn't even have a cravat. How embarrassing.
What is she? Is that what's she
I
eating?
think it's a fan.
Is it an otter pop?
No. The otter pops were invented like 5 or 6 years after this.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think it's just a fan.
I spot Arden already seated, looking rather uncomfortable, and surrounded by what looks like a bunch of old ladies. Aunts, maybe? His grandmother definitely did pop out quite a few daughters, if I remember correctly. Boy, that's yeah. There's no free seating around him, although it's not like I need another dose of Arden again so soon anyway.
Is the game making
Well,
me choose someone else?
I assume there are individuals who would appreciate your company more than myself. So, this is presumably where we part ways.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'm not mad about that. Although if we have to choose between Linnaeus and Franz, like I'll probably choose Linnaeus.
C? Is there a third option?
I desire a third option
All
for
right.
sure.
I turned to see Linnaeus staring past me idly, his eyes following the servants skittering about with preparations.
Are they
Already got a
bugs?
seat in mind?
Well, I guess they're basically bugs to us.
Not particularly. If I find one with a view of the dining room I like, I shall.
Wow, he's gonna steal
politely
someone's
request
seat.
its occupant to
That's
vacate.
cold.
You're the Grand Inquisitor. You do Grand Inquisitor things.
He smirks somewhat evilly, a rather sadistic glint shining through the lens of his glasses.
Wow, there is an 18+ patch for this game. I can't even imagine.
Talk about the abuse of power.
Well, you're far from my ideal dinner partner. But I don't see anyone else I know around, and I'd rather not be sought out by a certain lady from
He already
our
tried to
house.
get rid of you once, Rivian.
I mean, like, he was very politely.
Go away.
Yeah.
I grimace, that saccharine cooing replaying itself all too vividly in my ears.
Flattering. Have you already been caught up in my suave charm, like those admirers from earlier?
So suave.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think we did.
You have about as much charm as a pile of bricks, I remark silently to myself, following Linnaeus over to a vacant set of seats.
However, when I say I said that silently to myself, I actually said it out loud, directly to Linnaeus. He grimaced.
Yeah, and
his fingers twitched uncontrollably.
his lip curled.
His robe smirked.
We settled down in our surprisingly comfortable chairs, neither of us inclined to share many more words as we wait for the meal to begin.
Why did we sit next to each other?
Because
Whatever.
just as I begin reciting poetry in my head out of sheer boredom, the empty chair by my side opposite Linnaeus is suddenly pulled out.
By another eligible young man.
Thrilled at the idea of a potentially more exciting conversation partner, I quickly cast a welcoming glance upwards.
Ah, greetings. My name is...
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't you think I know your name by now, little kitten?
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
A tall,
Fuck.
tanned man lowers himself in the seat beside me, pulling himself up close, a wide and wolfish grin on his lips.
Jesus.
Oh, Fortuna, why must you torture me so?
Oh, my God.
As Franz chuckles contentedly and leers at me, Linnaeus, who was watching something in the distance, suddenly turns his attention toward us.
How presumptuous for this foreigner to come and sit down right next to us.
I was under
Odd.
the impression you had no friends, Verison, other than your
It's
father.
not a
and
friend
that
as much as someone who threatened
oaf of
me.
a guard.
But you know I'm into that.
Honest thing from a friend.
A scrutinizing, gleeful glimmer fills Linnaeus's glasses visibly.
Ah, I see. Well, we do live in a progressive time.
Do we live in a
There's
progressive
nothing
time?
wrong with two men deeply in love.
Why do we have to be progressive to just
Whatever.
Yeah. I audibly grind my teeth together while Franz lets out a delighted laugh, taking those words as his cue to curl his arm about my shoulders.
Nasty.
There's nothing wrong with two guys. Maybe I'll get lucky and someone will poison my wine while I'm not looking. I'm over here, assassins. Yoo-hoo.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're no sense of self-preservation, dude.
You'll hear
Rivian,
that.
come on. Jesus.
Nothing wrong with giving in to your desires.
Jesus, God.
Like, I'm uncomfortable and I'm not even there.
However, it is entirely inappropriate for Varyson's son to frolic with an obvious foreigner. You should cease such disgusting
Now,
actions immediately.
that's not nice.
Okay, that's not nice. Having said that, I'm only happy he said that line, if only because look how unhappy every single person is in this room. The only happy people is this guy from the marketplace. He probably smells awful, and her with her otter pop, which to be fair is probably delicious.
Yeah.
Although, is it as delicious as
What is that, a flan?
a really big flan? Maybe a jello cake of some kind?
Oh, maybe it's that ambrosia stuff.
Oh, the nectar of the gods. Yeah.
Linnaeus' voice suddenly grows much frostier, a clear look of mistrust on his sharp features as he watches Franz, lip curled in distaste.
Okay, to be fair, even I could tell that that's a curled lip in distaste.
To my surprise, the broad smirk on Franz's face suddenly flickers a little, his own expression darkening somewhat. He glances over Linnaeus for a moment, in what's probably the first time I've seen him look annoyed.
Grand Inquisitor. Right. I see the king has played one of his trump cards a little early.
Okay, as much as I don't like Franz, like, his voice actor is also pretty wild.
Oh yeah, totally.
Trump card. Why in heaven's name would he need to do that?
I think you know as well as I do, Inquisitor. But I'm sure you've got everything under control.
Oh, does he?
I swear I feel like I'm sitting between two cannons pointed at each other.
I feel like I'm sitting between two dicks who are both dicks, and I don't like either of them.
I'm sitting between three.
Oh, no. Well, that would be like our cup.
I should do something before it explodes.
Oh, no. All right, what do I do? Does it give me a choice?
Look, they're bringing the food out, finally. I'm completely famished, aren't you?
Nice try, 2 of 10. Like,
No, that's not going to go over well. Franz is disappointed and unimpressed. Linnaeus is judging us harshly.
they continue to glower at each other even as the service place an array of tantalizing platters in front of us, filled with dishes of both vegetables and meats.
Why does it have to be these two who are constantly
Wow, they
surrounding
brought
me?
desserts too. My
Jesus.
goodness, look at all that cake. I'm almost tempted to skip the main courses.
Oh, don't do that, Rivian. Watch your figure. Actually, nah, don't
It's
worry about that.
really hard on your stomach.
That's true, though.
To my immense relief, Franz pulls away from the staring contest first, his gaze shifting from Linnaeus to me.
His lips still curled in distaste.
The lingering antagonism in his stare makes me cringe a little, considering I'm accustomed to his usual bedroom eyes.
That makes me cringe a little more, to be honest.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
That iciness quickly melts away,
I thought it said
however.
ickiness for a second there. That ickiness melts away.
Oh, it's... And he reaches out to squeeze my shoulder with unnerving intimacy.
Sweets for the sweet, they say. You
Oh my
should eat
God,
all the
wow.
cake you
Jeez.
like. It'll make your lips taste sublime.
This is like
I'm sure.
horrors of OKC, like, messages right here. Like, I swear.
Well, I mean, like, this is the character who, like, if you're playing this game, you specifically are already like, great, can't wait to romance the guy who's like, oh God, I don't even know how to describe. Like, what is Franz? Like,
I don't know.
What archetype is this?
I'm completely outside of this conversation.
I am too.
I don't know anything about it, TBH.
I only date other trans people. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.
He starts to pick from a few dishes to fill his plate, humming to himself in a show of nonchalance.
Oh. Oh, but
Irresponsible advice.
Now we're getting, like,
with a balanced meal, Varison.
Now we're getting like food advice from the Grand Inquisitor. Chiding me with a click of his tongue, Linnaeus also reaches forward to elegantly serve himself some of the spread before us, casting a quick side glance in my direction.
I want the decision to be like, stuff yourself with cake or eat a balanced meal.
Yes! The tension clearly remains hanging between them, but just because they're acting all haughty doesn't mean I should starve myself.
Come on.
I eye the dishes, contemplating whether to splurge or not.
Yeah.
Yes!
Come on. Yes.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh,
This
awesome.
is the best.
This is an awesome decision.
This is incredible. All right.
Are we gonna
Wow.
Are we gonna eat cake? Like, we seem like the type of person that would just eat cake.
Well, okay. All right. I think we just need to go on who Vivian is. God, wait, that's our name, right? Vivian.
Rivian.
Oh, Rivian. Sorry, I've forgotten our own name. We need to focus on what Rivian would do, because I don't really like either of these two, and they're both bad decisions. So, Fiona.
I think that Rivian is the type of person that would eat cake. Like,
Yes, absolutely. So we're gonna have to, I guess, deal with Franz for a little bit.
damn, that whipped cream is simply just too enticing
For my sweet lips.
for my sweet tooth. I pull up the slice of cake in front of me, sighing happily.
Oh,
This is what it means to be an adult.
I
thought being an adult was more like eating cereal over the-
After all,
Kitchen sink.
I mean, that is being an adult. Meanwhile, oh my God, Franz! Jesus Christ! If I like open the curtains, that doesn't mean I want to fuck. Jesus Christ!
That's nuts. Smirking rather victoriously, Franz wipes a bit of cream off the cake with his finger and licks it off in the lewdest manner I can imagine.
Disgusting. And you're no better, you know. What would your father think?
Oh no, I forgot about our political poll.
His razor-sharp glare directed at me now. Linnaeus shakes his head disparagingly and takes an irritated bite of bread.
Oh, I'm regretting this immediately. As much as I don't like Linnaeus, I prefer him.
I wince a little while nibbling a bite of cake off my fork, deciding not to retort and further fan the flames.
God, I'm so regretting this. Is there a way to go
No.
back? Can I go back? Fuck!
Only forward.
I should have saved.
Oh.
Fuck. Oh, we're so nervous.
Oh, by the way, have either of you picked out your costumes for the
Oh,
masquerade?
you should have got a mask while you were at the
forgot to look for a
market,
mask
dude.
today.
Do you remember that stall that was nothing but masks?
Deciding to change the subject, I pick up my glass of wine and peer at each of the two men over the top.
No, I think they're both tops, actually.
Sorry.
That's fine. I make jokes on the internet. That's what I do.
My rather spontaneous question doesn't get an immediate response, but Linnaeus soon lets out a light snort.
The entire affair is ridiculous, if you ask me. The fanciful concept of a masquerade is so contrived, it makes my stomach churn.
No, that's just the meat.
I think
It was kinda bad.
enchanting. Mystery only adds to the beauty of things, after all.
Okay, so I think everyone needs to chill.
Murmuring a little dreamily, Franz trails a finger along the rim of his own glass, watching me with a subtle smile. I don't think that's very subtle.
I also don't
Something
think
like
that.
Are we gonna get into the point where wanting to do the masquerade ball is gonna also
Mysteries only
alienate
cause
Linnaeus?
problems in
Probably.
mortal existence. One should dedicate one's career to providing answers, not questions.
Jesus
That's the
Christ.
attitude of a man with no romance in his life.
God.
You wouldn't be able to understand.
Without romance, we can't foil this assassination
Maybe we can ship the
plot.
two of them.
I guess. I mean, I'm sure there already are ships of these two.
Aren't they taking this a little too seriously? It's just a damn masquerade.
Okay, Rivian, okay, look. As much as I think you're right to some degree, you also have no sense of self-preservation. It's a masquerade.
It's a wine they're bringing out.
That's prime assassination
Like
time.
The king's favorite. Well, should we have a toast?
To masquerades and whatever you think about them.
After we're each served a fresh glass filled with the fruity liquid, both Linnaeus and Franz turn from glaring at each other to watch me expectantly. Oh dear. Well, I guess I was the one who proposed a toast. In that case, let's toast to...
I'm gonna say
I mean, if you pick that, we're gonna... I'm worried that the bottom option is gonna get really snuggly to Franz, like really quickly.
yeah, we're toasting to success for sure.
To all of our
Success?
success in future endeavors, and that we never become complacent in our fortunes.
Wow, that was actually pretty well thought out.
I raise my glass to my uninspiring words, hoping the huge forced grin on my face compensates for my utter lack of charisma.
Oh. Linnaeus is deeply moved by our words. Oh. Oh no. He thinks we're a fool.
Surprised, I glance over at Linnaeus, who seems to be caught in the middle of a giggling fit.
It's really more of a tittering fit.
Eh. You should join Toastmasters
That
like
was the worst
me.
attempt at a toast I've ever heard.
I've been trained since birth to give the most elegant of toasts. Here, let me show you a real toast.
He takes off his glasses for a moment to wipe a tear from his eye.
Wow.
He was
It
eating
was a
bread
little
earlier.
Questionable. We can't all be masters of the spoken word.
Wow, look at Franz like defending us.
Shaking his head a bit, Franz takes a long drink from his glass, licking his lips somewhat critically. Licking his lips critically. I just want everyone to sit with that for a second. Like
If you're watching this or whatever, wherever you are, I want you to lick your lips. Like really
Somewhat
swirl your
critically.
tongue around. Like, think about it. What does that look like? What is your tongue doing? What does your face look like as you do it? What if someone was watching you lick your lips critically? Think about it. God, that's amazing.
Famous
Good writing.
orator, you know.
And I mean it. I like that. That's good ass writing. Wow. Oh, we're talking about our family bloodline technique of being bad at everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're dancing now.
Dun, 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 dun. We continue to dine for a little while longer, the two men exchanging frequent jabs in between my forced attempts to mediate.
God, why do we...
Finally unable to stand much more of the incredible awkwardness, I push out my chair and rise to my feet.
Well, it seems like they're opening the doors to the ballroom. I think I'll go catch a bit of fresh air before all that dancing starts.
I think I'll go progress the plot with Celeste before that dancing starts. Or it might be Arden, I don't know.
Not sticking around to even hear a reply, I quickly toss my napkin on the chair and hasten toward the main hall. That means you're coming back to the table. What a breach of etiquette.
It is unimportant. If you want to see more breaches of etiquette, though, you should join us for the next episode of Chess of Blades.
Yeah, and please subscribe to our channel, because that way you know when our videos come out, because we post them all the time. And
All
it's
the
great.
time. Also, we have a Patreon, so if you check the end card of this video or the description, you can go take a look at that. We have some fun stuff for you, including a Discord chat, which is pretty hoppin', or at least I like it a lot. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.